The first thing that broke wasn't my heart. It was the illusion that I still knew my wife. She stood in front of the bedroom mirror, smoothing down a black dress so short it barely covered her hips. No purse, no jacket, no shoes yet. Just that dress and the sharp click of her lipstick snapping shut. When she caught my reflection behind her, she smiled. Not the warm, familiar smile she used to give me, but something rehearsed. "You're not coming," she said lightly. "It's invitation only." For a moment I thought she was joking. We'd always joked like that. But then she turned away, already done with the conversation, and something cold slid into my chest. "Invitation only," I repeated. "To what?" She hesitated for half a second, just enough to tell me everything was wrong. "A private gathering. Don't make it weird." I laughed because that's what you do when your life starts cracking and you don't want to hear the sound. "You're my wife. How is it weird for me to ask where you're going dressed like that?" She met my eyes in the mirror then, and the look she gave me wasn't guilt. It was irritation. "Why are you interrogating me?" I said I'm going out. That was the moment something shifted. Not dramatically, quietly, like a hairline fracture spreading beneath the surface. We'd been married 9 years. 9 years of routines and compromises, of late dinners and early mornings, of believing that even when things felt dull, they were still solid. I told myself marriages didn't need fireworks. They needed loyalty, effort, truth. She grabbed her heels and walked past me. At the door she paused. "Don't wait up." The door closed softly behind her. No slam. No drama. Just the finality of a choice already made. I sat on the edge of the bed for a long time, staring at the place where she'd been standing. The room still smelled like her perfume, vanilla and something floral I could never name. That scent used to comfort me. That night, it felt like a lie hanging in the air. I tried to distract myself. Turned on the TV. Scrolled mindlessly through my phone. Every few minutes I checked the time, then hated myself for it. I didn't want to be the suspicious husband. I didn't want to become someone who counted minutes. Around midnight my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "She looks incredible tonight." My stomach dropped. Another buzz. A little overdressed for a married woman, don't you think? My hands shook as I typed back. "Who is this?" 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Then a photo loaded. It wasn't explicit. It didn't need to be. She was sitting on a man's lap in a dimly lit room, her head thrown back in laughter, one leg draped over his thigh. His hand rested on her bare waist, skin where fabric should have been. The short black dress rode even higher than it had in our bedroom. I stared at the image until my vision blurred. My chest felt hollow, like someone had scooped everything out and left an echo behind. "You deserve to know," the message read. "She told me you wouldn't matter." I didn't reply. Couldn't. My body felt heavy, unresponsive, as if I were watching someone else's life unravel through a screen. When she finally came home at 2:37 a.m., I was still awake. She stopped short when she saw me sitting in the dark living room, the phone glowing in my hand. "Why are you up?" I held the phone out to her. "You tell me." Her face drained of color. For a split second the mask slipped. Then she straightened, crossing her arms like she was the one under attack. "You went through my things." "It was sent to me," I said quietly. My voice didn't sound like mine. "Who is he?" She scoffed. "It's not what you think." I almost laughed again. The phrase was so cliché it felt insulting. "Then tell me what it is." She dropped her heels by the door, the sound sharp in the silence. "I was tired," she said. "Tired of being invisible. Tired of routine. He made me feel seen. And I didn't." My throat burned. She looked away. "Not like that." That hurt more than the photo. More than the dress. More than the lie. "How long?" I asked. She hesitated. That hesitation was a knife twisting slowly. "A few months." While we ate dinner together. While we talked about vacations we never took. While she kissed me goodnight. "You wore nothing under that dress," I said. It wasn't a question. Her jaw tightened. Why does that matter? Because it was intentional. Because it wasn't a mistake. Because it meant she'd already crossed every line before she even left the house. I trusted you, I whispered. She sighed, exasperated. Trust doesn't mean ownership. No, I said. It means honesty. Silence stretched between us, thick and suffocating. Finally she spoke, her voice flat. I'm not sorry for wanting more. That was it. The final blow. I stood up, my legs unsteady. Then you won't mind wanting it somewhere else. Her eyes widened. What are you saying? I'm saying you made your choice the moment you told me I wasn't invited. Packed a bag that night. Not because I wanted to run, but because staying felt like slowly bleeding out. As I zipped the suitcase, I realized something else was broken too. Not just my marriage, but the version of myself who believed love was enough to keep people faithful. Weeks later, the divorce papers came. She didn't fight them. Maybe she was relieved. Maybe she'd already moved on. I moved into a small apartment with creaky floors and too much quiet. Some nights, the loneliness was unbearable. Other nights, the peace felt like oxygen after being underwater too long. I still think about that night sometimes. The dress, the door closing, the words invitation only. What she never understood was this. Betrayal doesn't start with the affair. It starts when someone decides you're no longer worthy of the truth. And once that happens, love doesn't die loudly. It disappears quietly, just like she did that night, leaving you alone in the dark, learning how to breathe again.